Okay, welcome to the Autoland for the A318, 319, 320 and 321 that EAS currently use. Okay, so just to give you the situation, we're currently at 6,000 feet at approximately 240 knots, although we've got a slight bit of acceleration on there. That should be taken care of. We are on autopilot, on auto throttle, and we're heading approximately 340. So we're going to be landing today on runway 7 left at Frankfurt. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can see now we're just sort of leveling out. Slight increase in speed, but that'll be taken care of in a second. We're approximately 9.3 nautical miles from the threshold of the runway. Slight bit of bounce there, but never mind. Speed now coming down. Okay, so the first thing to do is to check that we have our nav1 dialed in. Okay, I happen to know that the nav1 for 7 left at Frankfurt is 111.75. You just need to adjust it just as you do your radios or anything else. Here, you can adjust using this, the inner knob for small adjustments, the outer one for larger adjustments on the speaker. Okay, some flight sims you can adjust here. Each one is different, you just have to know what is what in your flight sim. Okay, but it's 111.75. Is what we need. We are dialed in. It's IFNA is the beacon. We're now 13, so we're going to turn. We're heading approximately 90 degrees away. We're going to turn 90 degrees to a heading of 250. Okay, that puts us on a course, parallel course, away from the runway. Nice bit of cloud there. Okay, I'm not flying with any weather on today, although the autopilot does normally handle most weather situations. Very useful when you're flying on absolute minimums. Ground visibility is almost zero, and that does happen quite a bit in Europe, especially at this time of year. I have had approaches where I've broken out and literally seen the runway below my wheels. Okay, so you can see we're moving away from the airport. If we look at the map, I will just stick with the standard FSX tools. I won't use any external add-ons. Okay, you can see I've had a little practice there. But we've flown out here now, we're coming round here. We'll be coming out to approximately this point here, then starting our descent. Coming down around about here, we'll be turning to about 100 degrees, a heading of about 100 degrees to hopefully pick up the ILS. Okay. So we might want to get a little bit closer, but we'll be coming in, somewhere around about here, I think. We'll start our turning. Okay, so around about here, we'll start our turning. Around about here, we want to be at an altitude of approximately 3,500 feet, and then we start our turning towards the runway. So that's going to take us a few seconds, well, a few minutes to get there. It's a bit bumpy up here today over the hills, even in this A320. If I wasn't flying cargo, I would of course have the passenger seatbelt sign on. Just a quick look around the aircraft, it's quite nice. No wing flex. Okay. Okay, again, just a quick check on the map to see where we are. And we're approaching our turning point. Maybe about another minute of flying. So we can start a gentle descent to 4,000. And we'll just descend at 1,000 feet a minute for now. Okay, descending nicely. Okay, we'll bring the speed back now to about 220 knots. With this particular model, to select any of these, you have to right-click on it. Okay, so we're coming down to 220. We can, at this point, turn our approach indicator on, but not worth it. But it is worth turning the ILS on just to see where we are. Okay, so let's have a look on the map. Okay, we're at our turning point. So we want to turn to 160. Actually, we'll turn to 140. Start running around. Okay. First flaps in. Well, that's really just the slats coming out. They'll just help slow us down a bit. Okay, we're coming through 180 degrees. Descending nicely. At the moment, we've got no glide slope indicator. Before I select approach, I want to make sure that that is in the correct place. And we can descend now to 3,500. You want to make sure that you're about 2,500 to 3,000 feet above the threshold of the runway. Okay, so if we look on the map, we should see that we are here. We're coming in like this. So we're probably going to pick up the threshold indicator, the glide slope indicator, around about here. If we're too far out. Okay, we're at 2,500 above ground.
2,500.
You will get that announcement every time your AGL comes to 2,500. Here you can actually see the beginning of the glide slope, or the beginning of the ILS. Okay, we're coming down nicely. You can now see we've picked up our glide slope indicator, so we can select approach, then deselect approach, select and deselect altitude, and approach again. I do that because sometimes the approach doesn't quite pick up the altitude, or the altitude doesn't cut in at the correct time. So we're coming down towards it quite nicely. As soon as it gets to about here, we'll turn to 100, a heading of 100 degrees. Okay, we're about 19 miles away from landing. 18, we're looking good. So we can slow the aircraft down now to 180. Drop some more flap out. Down to 2. Okay, that's just to bring us down in speed. Okay, still looking good. Speed coming down to 180. Shortly we'll be bringing it down again. ATC, air traffic control, might bring you down quicker, might bring you down slower. You can see our spoilers are on. This aircraft has auto spoilers that deploy when your wheels touch the ground. Okay, we're beginning to get to the point where we turn to 100. We're still well below glide slope. Okay, still looking good. Still approximately 15 miles, nautical miles from touchdown. Okay, we can turn to 100 now. Oh, that's speed. Why did I do that wrong? Okay, well, it's picked up the heading anyway. Okay, we'll speed back to 160 now anyway. Just goes to show we all make mistakes. Okay, and flaps 3. Okay, you can see the glide slope indicator now is starting to drop down. When it reaches this one here, I normally set the speed to 140. We are flying quite light today. Okay, so just watching my glide slope indicator. Okay, speed to 140. Please always ensure that you've got your speed set. It does help. Okay, now at this point we can go full flaps and gear down. Now you see here we've got a little button. That little green dot is our ideal approach speed, so we set our approach to cover that exactly, which is in this case 130. Okay, we've got a couple of aircraft ahead of us. We're on the glide path, looking good. And we are 10 miles from a landing. There you go, just an outside view. Okay, plenty of space. I've got a feeling that Boeing 737 might be doing a go around in a second. $2,500. Okay, we're at 2,500. All looking good. There's a 146 on a go around. Okay, the Embraer has landed. Always keep enough fuel for go around if need be, or divert. Never happened yet, but it can. video isn't as smooth as it could be because unfortunately when I'm recording it's not the greatest play in the world. Okay, the Embraer's just turned off the runway. And the Boeing's just touched down. Okay, so let's see how our approach is doing. We're looking good. We're on the button. Speed is good. When we get the 500 announcement, I will turn off speed control. Ready for landing. Okay, the 737's turning off. That's good. So we're cleared in.
1,000
feet. Never understood why the cars go through the river, and yet some things go over the bridge. Okay, so let's go back to internal. Should be coming up on the 500 announcement.
500.
There we go, so we shut that off. And we stand by ready. At around about 50 to 30 feet we will cut the throttles. Or in fact the system will cut them for us. Okay. That's decision height.
Minimum 200.
Decision. Okay, we're clear, we're going in.
100. 50.
And we got the throttles.
30. 20. Retard. 10.
And there we go. Okay, so applying brakes. Rather a long run out today. Okay. Just turn off the runway. Okay, and I just apply parking brakes to stop me. Flaps up. Then I'd call ATC for taxi instructions into the rank. If that's not clear, sorry, I hope it gives you some idea. If you want any more help, please ask. Thank you for watching.